So ActiveCampaign launched ActiveCampaign Pages a while ago, so now it's possible to create landing pages with ActiveCampaign. So this is pretty cool, so I thought why not just like have like a first look at it. So it's not like a full tutorial, I only played around with it maybe for 20 minutes, but I thought it's maybe cool to explore together what is possible and how we can figure things out in there. So let's just dive right in and then we're going to play around with ActiveCampaign, their pages. So pages, they live under the site tab in your sidebar and then pages, and then you will find a page that looks somewhat like this. So I already played around like a little bit, like I said, not for too long. So what I want to do is we're just going to create a new page and we're just going to set up a landing page and see how everything works. So let's just create a new page. See what happens then. So then you see already that there are like lots of different templates. So if you don't want to spend lots of time creating one from scratch, it looks like you can just select these. So for example, here I see one looks like planned. So I'm just going to click preview and then looks like this. So it looks actually quite nice, man. This could be almost a whole website. So like nice design. So there's no form or something here. So this is really just like a landing page, click something and you see more products. And then I see here a button that you can use that. So that's pretty cool. And then there's a bunch of other here, folio. So I'm especially interested in the pages where you can use to collect email addresses or something. So here, okay, pretty simple page. So yeah, let's see. I don't really see any of those pages here. We built stuff. So I already saw that you can add your own forms to pages as well, but you can almost use these as like a whole website. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, let's just use this one, lead generation layout, and then we're just going to customize that one. Okay, so we have to give the a name to the page, and then this is going to be like a landing page for, I don't know, the ActiveCampaign cheat sheet. So we're going to click save. And then, yeah, this is a bit what the builder looks like. So you have all these like blocks that remind me a bit of those page builders that you also have in WordPress. You can change here the columns. So you see here these like blue dotted lines. Those are the columns, or you can change it in there. So then we have a heading, we have a logo. So some reasons to sign up. So here you can add some photos. So let's just play a bit around with this, right? So logo. So what I want to do here, I want to add my logo. So I'm going to click replace. So then it seems like there's like a nice folder. So the upload button is a bit hidden down here. So then we go over to my logo stuff. Logo. Yes, I want to add this one. And then we have this in there, use image. All right, so it looks quite great. Also how they organize the files, I think that's quite nice, because with the email builder in ActiveCampaign, if you upload images, they just get into like this really old-ish folder. Then here we have some text. Get my learn my best tips and tricks for ActiveCampaign. Then I want to have this smaller. So how do I do that? I want to have this a bit smaller. This one? Yeah. Okay. Best tips and tricks. Then this I want to have underlined. Is that possible? Yes. So I'm just doing Command U. Oh, here. This. So you can also make it cursive. This. What's this doing? Capitalizing. All right. Now here then we can also add some text if we want to. So I'm not going to write everything out now, but just to see what's possible. So then here it says like add a form here. Column, so we have a column here, then here, this is just a paragraph, this is just text, right? So they're just showing you here like, okay, you can add a form here. So how do we add a form? So here I see form, and here I also see subscribe form. So I'm not sure what the difference is. So here, subscribe form. So this just looks like an email field and a submit button. Can we do anything with that? Submit button, yeah, we can change the text, but I want to know if you can also change what happens when, oh, you cannot change the height also. I want to know if you can change what happens when someone fills that out. Like, can we add a tag then, like with the regular forms, or is someone just get it, like added to a list? Can I do right mouse click? So yeah, I'm not sure what happens when someone fills that out. Like to which list are they getting added? Visibility. Oh, here you can also set some responsiveness. So I guess if you deselect this, then it will not be visible on mobile. So that's also pretty cool. Yeah, so yeah, I don't see how we can figure that out. How do I remove this block? Oh, here, I think. Yes. All right. And then here we have form. So maybe this is different. Oh, here we can add form fields. So that's pretty cool. Click to add ID, field ID. Oh, here, first name. Can I drag this then? So what if I want to have the email underneath the first name? Can I just drag this? No. I see these dots here. You would say you can, oh, here, I did it. So you just have to hold it and then you can drag it over here. So I think it's a bit confusing that this just says click to add ID. I think it would be nice if this says custom field first name and here custom field email. So I'm not sure why they did that. Oh, here placeholder. Test. Oh, that's for the text that gets in there. Your best email. And then you can also hide the label. You can also hide the label. I usually like that. Looks a bit more clean, I think. Your first name. And then hide label. So then we just have a form like this. And this submit button, I want to have full width. So here it already set 100%, but I can just do this. Button style. Then how do I change the color to something that I like? Like I see all these blue colors here and I see this, but can I also make it yellow? Because I like yellow. Doesn't really look like it, huh? Use shared theme. Maybe I have to do some theme settings somewhere, but I don't see that here. So far I think it's quite easy to build the page, but some settings I think are a bit confusing. Like, okay, here button styles. Why can we not just change the color of this here? So if you know something that I don't know, please let me know in the comments below. I'm really confused why you cannot do that. Here border, like here for example at the border we can add a color here. So this is the border for the button, I guess. Color palette, background, color. Oh, huh? Now we're suddenly doing this block. Okay, that's confusing as well. So I'm just clicking this and I want to change the color of that button. So yeah, it doesn't seem to be possible. All right. Now then let's just continue to the next thing. Maybe we stumble up into it while we play around with this. So here I just want to, for now, I just want to add a photo of myself. So I'm just going to click here, upload. Then I'm going over business, branding, photos of me, amateur. Yeah, this is fine. So I'm going to add that. So now it's uploading. Okay, so we have that over there. Select it, use this image, and then we have the photo in there. Then I see here I can also make it a bit bigger. I can also change this, but then it's not aligned with this anymore. Then here are the social buttons. So here we can just set like a website, Twitter, Instagram. Can we also add YouTube, for example? See a whole list here. Yeah, here YouTube. So we can add YouTube. I'm not really using Instagram, not really using Twitter. So we can leave it there. Then the copyright we can also change here. So you just double click it. Oh, I'm writing my own name wrong. So there, and this can be a bit smaller, right? Okay, maybe we also add the year. Okay, so then here's the select to edit background. So let's do that. So here it has like an image in the background. So that's that little thing. So apparently we can also add like a photo there or maybe some pattern, but I don't want to do that. I just want to keep it simple. So here, this is way easier. So I don't get why we can just say here, okay, I want to have it yellow. Oh, wow. Okay, so now it made the button yellow while I did here something in the background. So I'm probably doing something wrong. I'm probably too stupid for this. But so here we're at the background. I click this and now it's doing it. But then I click this over here and then it took us over here. Oh, okay. I think here theme, color palette. This is the color palette of our whole landing page. I think it's that. So that we can not just like change a button, but we can do that here also as a link. This is probably all the links on the website. So this is like our accent color. So then, okay, I completely missed this. So here we have blocks, right? This is what we just added over here. And then here you have theme. Okay. So we have theme over here, and this is probably the background for the whole website. That's also what I just changed earlier. Font family, so we can also just change the font over here. Open Sans. So does it look like we can just say Open Sans regular? So let's see what else is in here. I don't know, so can we just change this to Arial? Also not. Poppins, is that one in it? Yeah, I saw it. So I typed it in, then I quickly saw it, and now it's gone. All right, so I'm really not sure about if I'm doing something wrong or if this is still a bit buggy because it's so new. Because I just saw it and now I don't see it anymore. So is this also alphabetically? This is also not alphabetically. B, Q, A, S. So how would you ever find a font in this list if the search function does not really work well? Ah yeah, okay, but at least you can change the font. I'm probably doing something wrong here. The body, can we make this Arial if we want to? No, also not. All right. So now then our page looks a bit like this. I want to change this background color. So here I just want to say, okay, let's make it yellow. So it doesn't look so super pretty, all right? I want to make this maybe white. Okay, white. Now let me just do a few bold words in there. So what is still confusing to me is that we have this form, but we cannot really set what happens when someone submits this form. So someone submits this form and then what? Like we want to maybe add a tag, add someone to a specific list. And right now I'm guessing that someone is just being added to the list. Maybe we can also try that out in a bit. All right. Duplicate, you can duplicate stuff. Okay, so here add a form. This text I want to remove because this is really just text. Here are some reasons to sign up. So yeah, we can just change all these tags. So imagine now we want to add a block. So here, blocks, and we want to add a button. So here I see also there's like an embed function. So I guess here we could also embed the original ActiveCampaign forms with that. Oh, there's also a countdown. That's maybe cool. Here we have countdown. So in this case, it doesn't really make sense to use a countdown, but let's just look around with this. So we have two types here, future date, fixed time. So here fixed time. So fixed time is just like, okay, 1 hour, 30 minutes. I'm curious if it also reminds that if you refresh the page. So if you refresh the page, does it then start again at 1 hour, 30 minutes? Or is ActiveCampaign placing some kind of cookie there so that it remembers that? So that if someone goes back an hour later or a day later, that this is already back at 0. So then we have future date, then we can just say like here, okay. And next Wednesday, all right. Time 1 p.m. Okay, that's pretty straightforward, right? Blocks, labels, numbers. I want to have the numbers white. Okay, and then you can change the style. It's too bad it's not really flipping here. It's just we have two cards here. Numbers, those are white, so you cannot read it. You can change the size here. Background. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a bit it, right? Can we also add like a nice border to this? Not really, huh? Background. Gradient. Video. No. Okay. So then I want to go back to the blocks. Let's see what else is possible. So we have a divider, so we can add like a little line over here. So it already took the accent color for my theme here. You can see that here, theme. And then follow links. So yeah, I'm still confused what happens when someone fills that out. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to publish this. And then here it says tip, before publishing, we recommend adding your analytics tracking code and configuring the page metadata under page settings. So that's also cool. So a few settings. Let's see where it takes us. Okay, so apparently there are a bunch of settings that you can see here. Oh, this is also cool. You can see the search meta. So you can add the title, and then that will change the metadata for that page so that this page also looks differently in Google. So that could be cool. You can also add a description, keywords, social image. I guess this is for when you share it on social media. So then the page looks like this. Test. And then also this will also change. Best tips for ActiveCampaign. But then you can add a description there. Use SEO title for social information. What happens if we do that? Then you can also set a separate social title. So that's all pretty nice. Save changes, custom code. So here we can add some tracking code if we want to. So I just read in ActiveCampaign their FAQ that it said something about tracking code. I hear that by default, the landing page is created with pages are already connected to ActiveCampaign. So you do not have to add your ActiveCampaign tracking code in that, but maybe you want to add your Google Analytics code or something. So now I'm here, and then we have to click Edit Design again to go back. And then we click Publish. So we publish it, and then here, would be cool if you can use your own domain name. I'm not sure if that's possible or if that will be possible. So right now this will be our URL. And then I'm just going to click Publish over here. So we publish, and now it's published. So here we can say View Live. So let's look at this page. So this is our page. So I'm not sure why everything went back to yellow now. Was it because I forgot to save something? I guess. Right, okay, I'll just quickly make this yellow again. Everything has to be yellow. Click Publish. And then we just refresh the page. Okay, and then the page is yellow. So we see this over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill out this form to see what happens. Giovanna Doe 1920 at Max.com. Oh, I'm doing this here, Giovanna. Okay, submit. Okay, so the page just refreshed. So what I'm going to do is this contact created now? No search results. So it's definitely not working because I just filled it out. The page is refreshed. Nothing happened. So far I have to say I find it's quite easy to change the page since that I found the theme settings. But these things are really not clear to me. Okay, we have this form here, but it's really not clear how you can change that setting over here or what happens when someone submits it. I would, for example, also like to forward someone to a different page. So yeah, I think what you have to do here, you just have to go over to your forms and then you just have to embed one of your forms, I guess. But I'm not, maybe they're still going to change that. But for example, I have this form here. Let's have a look at it. Then let's just see what happens if we embed this, integrate, copy this. And then I will just do it above that for now. Then we just see if it works at all. So I'm going to add the embed code here. Embedded component, and then we can add some code in here, publish the page. Okay, so it already is in here, and then we just refresh the page. All right, and then you see that it's now in here. So I did something wrong with the design, like it's too wide, so that won't work. But here we have the form. So if I fill this out, this will definitely work. This is an ActiveCampaign form. So I'm not sure if you're supposed to do it like that, if you have to embed a form like that, or we have to do something here. I think it would be great. Would still be okay if you can make a form in your form overview, and then here you just click, okay, I want to use this form. But I really don't see that's possible. We add a form here, but nothing, there's no setting whatsoever where we can say what happens to that. So yeah, again, if I miss this, if you know something that I don't, then let me know. But I really don't see anything here. We can only change this button theme, use a shared theme, drop background. So yeah, not possible. So then I would just delete this, I guess. And then this, yeah, I would have to change the code so that it nicely fits in. But yeah, so this is basically my first landing page. It doesn't look so super pretty, right? But just quickly playing around with this. Oh, here's also some ActiveCampaign branding. I'm curious if we can turn it off anywhere. I didn't see that. So yeah, this was just me playing around with the landing pages for one of the first times. Like I said earlier, I played around with it for 20 minutes. Apparently not good enough because I was still looking around for lots of stuff. But I will definitely like dive deeper into this and then maybe make a tutorial about it. But for now, I have to say like, okay, I like that you can make these pages so easily, but especially things like the forms, I really don't understand well why you cannot just select here one of your existing forms instead of having to embed them. And then when you create a form, then what happens to that form? Like when someone fills that out, like the account was not created. So yeah, let me know what you think about the ActiveCampaign pages. Are you going to use their landing pages or will you just stick to something else? And then again, I will create a cool tutorial about this in the future, but for now I just wanted to play around with it. So if you have any questions about this, I'm not sure if I can answer it, but just like comment below and I'll try to help you as best as I can.